And welcome back. We are back with ELEX, I should say. What's this? Cave bird. We're supposed to return to the outlaws. We found their buddy killed by hermits. Probably. I kind of want to check out what these are. Uh-oh. These are evil. They turn up red. Okay.
You'll pay for that, asshole.
Nah. Probably can take it. What? No. Ah! Yeah, again, if we could just take one down. Get one of them. Could we? If I stand over here. Whoa, no way. It's a lot of red dots. No. No, 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 no. What kind of enemy? Uh-oh. Looks interesting.
It's like a giant child's toy. I wonder what it was for.
Well, that worked. Wood lice meat. Well, we can make... Turn that racket off. Locked safe. Civilians recording.
We got it working. Not the way we want it, but if we start it, we have a chance to survive down here. We've got an hour until impact. I won't have time to get back to base. I won't be able to get back to the dam. Please, please, just let the thing work this time.
Nope, cannot hack it. Okay, let's not bother the Alps. It's kind of clear that we're not supposed to fight them just yet. Need a few more levels.
Remarkable country.
What? Length, scrap. I've been picking up a lot of metal scraps, but I actually have not seen any use for them. Well, likely it has to do with crafting though. I wonder if it'd be... Yeah, I guess it would be fun to have a jetpack in real life. But I don't think we'll ever get... well, maybe not ever, but with...
The things our world has achieved that are now lost to us.
I don't know, with the
Someone's
combustion
gotta sort this shit out before we
combustion
drown in
engines
it.
and stuff, we won't be able to make them that
People are
compact,
afraid of
I
that.
believe.
Stop being an asshole.
Hunter, Wick is dead, but I found the ID cards on his body. Could we just skip him? Could we just... I don't know.
Wick is dead, but I found the ID cards on his body.
Dead? Shit. I told him whatever was there wasn't worth the risk. But Wick would do anything if it would mean him getting 2 shards he could tap together. Ah well, give me the blank ID card. I'll work it up
I
for
see.
you now.
Oh, I see.
So, done. 1 fake ID ready to go.
I gave you cards, why do I only get 1?
Give me the counterfeit ID.
Okay, wait a second. Your image has to be added there first. So, done. Here's your ID. And this is the ID for Cooper. Take it to him. But make sure the clerics don't see it, see him, or see you handing this over. And do it as soon as you get in there. He's been at risk too long as it is. We don't need him being held, or worse, turned into a vegetable by the suggesters.
Suggestors?
Goods are the whole heart of trade. And what's the world without trade?
You want to
Look at
cross
us.
him? You're crazy.
Go well together with our sunglasses.
Don't ask me what that was
Yeah?
about.
Yeah.
Not now.
Okay. Let's...
I can't believe that.
I wonder... I don't think the ID
Is
will
she
show a
really
picture.
so
That would be
gullible?
really funny if we're on there with our goofy sunglasses on.
If someone hears that.
Where would it be?
I know who you're talking about.
Would be here.
Really?
No. A counterfeit ID card can be
So
used to enter the
annoying.
dome city of
So
Abessa. It has been
No,
personalized for me. Let's hope the fake isn't spotted. The
Are you serious?
ID card is personalized for Cooper. Alright.
A few shards and all this will be easier.
Let's go into the dome city. I guess I'm just... It's more so curiosity just to go there, but kind of logically the only reason we're going there is to kill Thornton. Well, that's the mission, but I kind of want to just warn him, send him on his way. Or I guess if he stays in the dome city, he'll be fine actually. But, yeah.
Halt! Not a step further. No one is allowed into the city without an entry permit.
Let's see. I heard you hold people prisoner if they can't prove their identities. I have an entry idea. You know counterfeit IDs are being sold right in front of you. Right in front of your gate. Just having the option to actually just tell him that this is a fake ID. I wonder if withholding the information will bite us later.
I have an entry ID. Let me through.
Really? I thought I knew all the ones that had been issued. And you were here asking about getting ID
Yeah.
before. So tell me where you got this one.
It's a counterfeit. I found it. It belongs to my brother. It's mine. I was assured one after all. Must have misplaced it. I'm really curious what happens if we just straight up say it's fake. I'll reload if I don't like the outcome.
It's a counterfeit. It's a fake ID.
A fake? Then it's a good one. I normally spot those right off. Well, I'll have to confiscate this. But what to do with you now? Seeing as you played it straight with me, you get lucky. I'll issue you with a valid ID. Just make sure you take this fake straight to Eric when you get inside, right? And that's not a request. Oh, and there are some rules I need to tell you before you enter. First, stay away from the generators. Nobody but the technicians is allowed access to them. That sort of security is why we need to keep a rein on fake IDs. So take that fake straight to Eric, okay? Anyone you meet in the city who hasn't got proper documents, report them to him. We can only keep peace in the city if we all work together, and we keep the city secure. That's what was laid down by the Great Council of Magalan. And the Great Council gave the clerics the responsibility for guaranteeing the city's independence. That means everyone is welcome here, until they cause trouble. So keep the peace while you're in there. Our suggesters are busy enough without you adding to their workload. And that's it. You may pass.
Alright. Well, I guess we got lucky. Yeah, what is a suggester?
What's a suggester?
Our suggesters are the reason things remain peaceful in the city. If someone causes trouble, then they're either thrown out, see a suggester for reorientation, or both. But don't worry, it's a positive experience that will leave you happy about life.
Uh-oh.
Even so, I recommend avoiding it.
Bit of 1984 going on here. What should we do? What's happening in the city? I heard you hold people prisoner if they can't prove their identity. Where can I find Eric?
Where can I find Eric?
Eric?
Just go straight down the path into the inner city. You should find him there.
What's happening in the city?
What's happening in the city?
Ooh,
Nothing right
his
now,
voice changed.
but it's simmering. You can feel it. There was something building even before we let those Alp separatists in here. They just lit the touch paper. But hey, we're supposed to be a sanctuary, so someone decided to open the gates and let the separatists in.
Okay, how many separates are there?
How many separatists are there in the city?
He's back
Too
to his
many.
old voice.
Once an Alb, always an Alb. They still hit ELEX. Just a matter of time before they turn back. I don't know what they want in the city. I'd heard a bunch of them had set up a base in the west of Abessa, so they could have gone there. If we weren't so busy here, we'd have tracked them down and cleared them out of Abessa. Last thing we need is Zakor thinking we're harboring rebels.
Okay. The Council of Magalan.
You mentioned
Magalan.
the Council of Magalan.
Magalan.
The Great Council, yes. You'll have to speak to Judicator Alois if you want to know more about that. I'm not that well informed on my history.
Who's Alois?
Who's Alois?
Alois.
Alois is the Judicator in charge of the city. You'll find him in the castle. He likes to stay close to the generators.
So I'm curious. I wonder if Duress just stays behind now. No, he just comes along. Okay. Because at one point I did go somewhere with Duress and he kind of said, I'll wait here. What I remember. So I kind of thought, well, maybe... Anyway, maybe a fake, maybe an ID lets you bring a +1. Sure. We'll leave it at that. Okay. So should probably find Cooper. Counterfeit papers. Told Gar Gregor that I used to smuggle in the... in return he gave me a legal one. I have to take the counterfeit to Eric. He will take care of it. Give me further instructions. Oh, this must be Cooper then. Whoop, wrong button. Yep.
What do you want? Do you back the clerics here, or do you want them gone?
You get right to the point, don't you?
You get right to the point, don't you?
And are you gonna give me an answer?
I am neither. I don't really care. I don't know. So this guy is an outlaw that came in on a fake ID. So I'm guessing he's not really friendly with them. So let's say against.
I'm against the clerics.
Right, good. I can see you talk sense. They say they're here to keep things safe, to keep order. But it's obvious they want to drop their neutrality and extend Ignadon's control into Abessa. Not allowing anyone in or out of the city, that's just the start of it. You think that's because the Alps are getting closer? Or that those followers of Kalan really want a backdoor for invasion?
Well, if there's going to be an invasion, I'm going to need some ammunition. Survival 5. I don't think we have that. The Alps are more of a threat than the clerics. Nope. Skill too low.
The Albs are more of a threat than the clerics.
Executions, converters, torture. Believe me, I know all about that shit. But those guys are only interested in ELEX, and as far as I know, there isn't any more here in the city than there is elsewhere. So why should they show any interest in attacking a fortified position to get it, instead of sweeping up all there is out there?
The Albs want all the ELEX. All of it. No matter where it is.
We won't get in their way. We don't want ELEX. They have to see that. They'd be attacking us for nothing. No, it's the clerics.
Hunter sent me.
Hunter sent me.
Why didn't he come himself?
He was afraid he wouldn't be let out of the city again if he was caught.
You mean he was afraid the same thing would happen to him that happened to me?
Yeah.
Fuck it. At least the suggesters haven't found me yet. Did Hunter give you something for me?
Nope. Yep.
Yes, I have something for you.
Thanks. I was starting to think that I would never leave this stinking cleric-infested dome.
Took a
I don't know if
side.
Hunter promised you a reward, but here's something for me in any case. You've helped a good cause. Trust me.
What does that mean? Well. Oh! We only had one choice. I see. Yeah, give it either to... I thought we had 3 IDs. I thought we had our fake one. The fake one for Cooper. And the legit one that the guard gave us. Okay, well... It's fine. Would be a bit of a dick move to... not go ahead and give Cooper his card. So, well, I'll let it be. Page.
Huh. What do we have here? Fresh meat?
You had better not mean that literally.
Go on, growl again. Growl. How did you get the guard to let you into the dome? I'd watch out. They're probably trying to recruit you. You wouldn't be the first to come here looking for shelter only to end up bowing down to Kalan. However you got in, you're going to find it even harder to get out. The clerics are a little jumpy at the moment. You might say paranoid. So when they do let someone in, it does make me wonder who they are and why the clerics thought letting them in was a good idea.
If it's so hard to get in, what are you doing here?
If it's so hard to get in, what are you doing here?
I got in before things got so paranoid. And I came here for profit, of course. Lots of nervous people close to the Alps tend to be willing to invest shards in their safety, you see. And getting hold of supplies is hard out here. So, if you can get them, you can sell them for a high price. Well, that was the plan. Now, the clerics have stopped me trading and cut off all the supplies.
You just let them do that?
And
Well,
you
it's
just let
have
them
a choice,
do
I
that.
think.
Of course I didn't let them. But getting around their ban isn't simple. It's impossible to get by the guards without an ID card. And they took mine from me as part of their crackdown. Now they say I'm causing trouble. But what else is a businesswoman supposed to do when she has her business taken from her?
About your trade ban.
Yeah, don't tell me. Trading weapons can pose a danger to the community. But this is about self-defense. The only person who can stop a person with a gun is a person with an even bigger gun. Am I right? I mean, what? Are we supposed to throw rocks at the Albs when they attack? But the clerics want to keep all the guns for themselves and screw the rest of us. They call it neutrality, but I say it's oppression.
Well, sounds like you could use some help.
Sounds like you could use some help.
Yes. Yes, I could. Still, let's say he's right. And that I could get a hold of supplies. Not from Tavar, obviously. They've blocked that route. Let's say I could get some weapons from the Separatists, for example. Let's say they have weapons and need shards. And that they also have the business acumen of a stunned troll, so they need a salesperson. Me, for example. What if I was to say that? And what if I was to say that I have to find someone who could enter and leave this city freely? If I was to say that, then what would you say?
That's a lot of woods and coulds. Let's see. I'd say you're walking a dangerous line. Do you really think you could trust the Separatists? We're friends with the Separatists, sort of.
Do you really think you can trust the Separatists?
I can't leave without profit. Hell, right now I can't eat without profit. So I need this deal. So if you blab, what have I lost? Nothing. And without any guns to show, it's just your word against mine. And even Alois isn't going to see that as justice.
Guess we could help out.
I could help you get your weapons.
Good. Right. So, this is what you need to do. Leave the city and find a separatist called Radok. I think he's a separatist. But whatever he is, he's a mad fucker. I can't make sense of most of what he says. But he has the weapons and he likes trade. I think he likes trade. It's hard to tell. He wants to sell the weapons, but you'll have to work on him, okay? He won't just hand them over.
We are very charismatic because we have sunglasses.
Where can I find Radok?
Up in the Highlands. When we last spoke, he told me he was going to head over to the northeast. He mentioned an abandoned wind turbine. With luck, he'll still be out there.
Forbidden. Well, Duras, here we are. Do you have anything new to say? No. Kind of wondering if I were to take another companion, like Arx, and what if I took him to Goliath? Propaganda. Stool. I wonder if he just would stay behind. Forbidden. Let's have a look.
Too easy.
Mechanic's cap. Dried meat. Oh, we need dried meat. Yep, taking it. Wasn't too expensive stuff, they won't miss it. Now we can get Rock his supplies. Oh, I'm not allowed to go there. Oh, I'm not allowed to go anywhere. Are you serious right now? Ah. Okay. Anything? Magnesium torch. Well, I don't see any police around. That's a big gun. Oh, can't get too close to that. I guess we will have to make some enemies. Water bottle. We had enough water already, actually, for rock. I don't think.
You should think about leaving.
Should I? What? Who said that?
Did someone tell you could come in here?
No. I'll let myself out. It's between. Nothing. You seem relevant.
Hey, you.
Let me guess. I'm not allowed into the upper quarter?
What? No, everyone's allowed to move about freely here. I just have a question for you. You got here recently, right? I just want to know what things are like outside the dome. What's going on out there? Are the Albs attacking?
There are raids, but there have been no major assaults recently. Why do you ask? Is there is a war going on? You must have heard about it. What? Why do you ask? Well, he wants to know. I guess this one. No major attacks, but yeah, raids.
There are raids, but there have been no major assaults recently.
I'm sure that's just the calm before the storm. I just hope the dome holds. There's a lot of people depending on this dome of mine, so they pass us by like a river around a rock. Kalan gave us the knowledge, and now look what we've achieved. A safe harbor for all people. The clerics and Ignidons say we've strayed. I say we've found the true path.
You built... Yeah, you said my dome.
You built the dome?
I designed the plans for it. Then we built it together. My name is Eric, by the way. Chief engineer here in the dome. I'm in charge of all the generators and technicians who oversee them.
Why don't the clerics have a dome like this in Ignidan? Can this dome survive an Alp attack?
Can this dome survive an Alb attack?
Of course. Why do you think we built it? As long as we can maintain a constant energy flow, then they can't get in. Unfortunately, achieving that isn't so easy. Some of the energy regulators are starting to malfunction again.
I can repair energy regulators for you. We have a necklace that gives 2 crafting, but I don't think I have any crafting, so that's not enough.
Malfunctioning energy regulators sound dangerous.
Of course they are. Outside of frying yourself if you try to adjust them. If we were attacked right now, the whole dome would go critical.
Why don't the clerics have a dome like this in Ignidon?
The dome requires immense amounts of energy, and the fluctuations in it have to be constantly balanced. The technology is complex. That means there's no way to cover the Hort with a shield like this. Besides, the cliffs around Hort give it a natural protection.
He has very white fingernails.
About the broken energy regulators.
What will happen if they're not repaired? How many are broken? That will help. What will happen?
What will happen if they aren't repaired?
If just one regulator fails, it could mean an emergency shutdown for the dome. Otherwise, the discharge it would create could kill a whole lot of the people the shield is supposed to be protecting. But whether it's a discharge or an emergency shutdown, both scenarios would see us defenseless.
How many are broken?
How many energy regulators are broken?
Well, all of them. I've sorted replacements where I can. But Lutz hasn't received his yet.
Even if we don't like the clerics and would, I still think it's in the best interest of ourselves and pretty much anyone to help them maintain this dome. Seems mean to not help out. Sure.
I will help you with the energy regulators.
I wanted to do it myself, but do you really think you could handle it? So, let's find out who you are. You should go to Ignadon one day. You could be a good cleric. Yeah, I know, I left Ignadon behind, but they could offer you better training than I could. I have the energy regulator here. Please, take it to Lutz and help him to install it. Come back to me when you're done.
Okay. I was expecting a bit more there. Let's have a look. Where is this? Weapon embargo. Security measures. Deliver it to Lutz. Okay. Kinda at the other side. I kinda wanna have a
Am I
look around.
crazy? Or is our generator power fluctuating?
The B-series was never very reliable.
That has to happen sooner or later. How are we still working?
They say that the Pilgrim Thorold has answers, but who knows?
Really? Now?
Interesting, talking about the berserkers.
Not again. I didn't want anything.
Workbench. Hang on. What does this look like? Also, minor pants. Pants look fine. Those other ones were a bit... Well, they match the armor, I suppose. Look kind of like barbarian shoes. I'll keep these on. We'll stick with our very cool sunglasses. Scientist. Let's have a look if we can craft anything.
There are too many dead already.
Who else are you telling that?
Why would you do that?
I don't agree to just anything, so try again.
If only we knew if these rumors were true.
Is it what you
So if
wanted?
we modify it, we can't use it in... Well, we can't, anyway, so that's...
That's one way of thinking about it.
Yeah.
Aha!
Why would you do that?
What you say is who you are.
No. You must have misled.
You're never gonna win fighting that way.
Strong ELEX rings gives a skill
What you
point.
say is who you are.
Attribute points. But yeah, I think this...
Yeah. Save it until later.
I
Yeah.
need these.
Save it until later.
No, we need chemistry. But what can we use crafting for then? Goldsmith? Goldsmith. Some gemstone socket. Chemistry. No. Unscrew. And take it off? Would seem problematic. So, don't really know what crafting gives us. Mechanic.
If only we knew if these rumors were true. That's the issue. We should do it.
Vivian.
What is it you want?
Who are you?
You first. Come on. Who are you? There is something that is familiar about you, but I can't quite place it. No matter, I suppose. All people are welcome in Abessa, as long as they are prepared to forget their past. Even Albs are allowed in here. I think Albs would be perfect people if they weren't so emotionless. But then, that is why they are the only faction I have never belonged to.
Elves would be fine people if they weren't emotionless, but that's kind of the whole thing. That's why they're elves. So yeah, they would be fine people, because they wouldn't be elves then. What do you mean? You mean you want to become an elf? How did you end up with the clerics?
How did you end up with the clerics?
That's a long story. If you're really interested in my tale, then I will tell you, of course.
A traitor to many causes, or a heroine to all. We should see what she has to say.
As you wish.
Tell me a story.
Tell me your story. How did you end up joining the clerics?
Right, I'll give you the full version. Well, the short version of the full version.
Just get on with it.
Okay, I'll try to keep it short.
Smooth.
So, I grew up in Goliath in Edan. My father and mother were both born berserkers, and so that meant I was too. Back then, Bajar ruled over Goliath. As a child, I had no interest in the laws, of course. But when I was about 12 years old, one of the warlords came to our home. He took my parents, and I was left on my own to survive in the city. I remember him. I remember my parents leaving. And I remember me screaming. But everything else is gone. It's just a blur.
I have no interest in listening to you. Well, what happened to your parents?
What happened to your parents?
Well, what else? They were exiled. Nobody ever told me why they were exiled. I still don't know what they did, even today. I hate the Berserker laws. Nothing against the Berserkers. They're just people. It's the laws I hate. I think what the Berserkers want to do with Magalan is right. But I can never forgive them for what they did to my parents. Why was I punished for whatever my parents did? Why wasn't I told what had happened? I swore never to return, and I haven't set foot in Edan again.
Where did you go?
Where did you go?
Wherever I needed to survive. That meant running from reavers and wild animals. It didn't take long for some reavers to take me captive. And then, I don't want to talk about that. I was lucky, though. After several years, the reavers were attacked by some of the Duke's outlaws, and they took me back to Tavar. I learned how to fight, how to live off scrap. Life wasn't much different from Edan, but there wasn't the same raptor shit. The laws. You could be who you were, and no one judged you.
So they kind of make a point of saying that the outlaws don't have any rulers, but she did just mention the Duke. So I'm guessing there is some kind of form of leadership. Why didn't you remain with the outlaws? And now you're a cleric. Thank you for the note. Yeah, then why didn't you remain with the outlaws?
Then why didn't you remain with the outlaws?
Because the reavers who'd taken me captive came to the fort and wanted to speak to the Duke. I think they wanted to take me back. I fled when they saw me. I didn't want to be taken back, or for them to kill me to hide their crime. When I left the fort, I ran into a cleric patrol. They convinced me to go to the Hort with them. Not that I really needed that much convincing. All those hours taking scrap apart and putting it back together in Tavar really paid off there. The clerics recognized that I was good with technology. So, I've been working on mechs and AI systems since then. Building things. Trusted. Part of a team. And it's easier being with mechs. They don't judge anyone. They treat everyone the same. Like this place. I know it's not perfect. But outlaws, berserkers, clerics, even elves are seen as people. At least that's the vision. Not always the way it happens. That's another reason to maintain these mechs. To protect what we have here. Well, I hope you find your place in the world. It's good when you do. Sure, okay.
Anything else? What are you doing here in Abessa? Well, working on mechs.
What are you doing here in Abessa?
I take care of the mechs and drones here in the city, which means I coordinate and plan their maintenance and upgrades. And when I'm lucky, I get to roll up my sleeves and do some of the actual maintenance. Which I'm having to do quite a lot, with all the technicians we're missing. Say, are you good with technology?
Crap. That's a shame.
No.
Oh, well, that's a shame. I guess I'll have to keep asking round. On the other hand, if you're looking for some part-time work, I could still use your help. I have 4 people I've been told I should look at for taking the technician's job, but I don't have time to gauge their abilities.
Okay.
Would that be something you could do for me? I'd pay you.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll talk to your candidates.
Great. The 4 names I have are Daryl, Naira, Rorik, and Riley. Though I'm really not sure about Riley. There's something about him I don't trust. But speak to each of them and let me know whether you think they might have the right skills and abilities for the job. Oh, and I'll need you to let me know about their loyalties. You know, can they work with clerics? Do they hate us? We'd be trusting them with the mechs and AI that defend the Dome City. So I don't want to employ anyone who might still be thinking about their faction, not our security.
Okay. Kinda surprised that Riley is a man's name.
About the candidates for technician.
Yes?
That guy doesn't know what he do. What does he need to do? Tell me about Naira.
Tell me about Naira.
Naira is an Alb separatist, so a bit of a long shot for loyalty. But she should have the technical ability we need. She's somewhere in the west of the city with the other separatists, in the slums.
You want to employ a separatist as a technician?
We need someone, and I don't think your faction always says who you are. Albs are usually very good with technology, but you're right. I don't know if we can trust her.
Tell me about Daryl.
Tell me about Daryl.
Daryl is an outlaw. He's applied to be a technician, but I don't know why. So I want to know his motives and what his technical experience is. I'm hoping you can get that information. If he's skilled and trustworthy, then employing him might show that we do trust outlaws here. But I don't know that much about him. I don't even know where to find him.
What do you know about Rorik?
Rorik is a berserker. I think I last saw him somewhere around Vito's pub. It might seem weird to consider a berserker, but I was one once. And I know Rorik used to work extracting ELEX from machines in Goliath, so he knows about technology. And I think I could teach him everything else that he needs to know. And it would show that we were reaching out to the berserkers who have come to the Dome City. Their magic is very powerful, and they're strong warriors. We will need their help if the Albs attack us from Zakor. But it'll be important to find out if he's prepared to have anything to do with technology before we think of offering him the job. I have to go.
Yep.
I'll see you later.
We might get into trouble if we just go around myrtleizing those clean bots. Cave birds, well, I'll let them live. They might be domesticated ones. Nope. Rat has got killed. Hey, hang on. That doesn't stick. That's annoying. Some options don't stick. I think it has something to do with no, that's not it. Once you change stuff in any files, then yeah, this needs to be off. Some options do stick luckily, but not all. Graphic options also don't stick.
Exactly.
What?
Now get out of here.
Oh. So I'm not allowed to be here? not allowed to take any of this? Okay.
Move along, civilian.
Alright. It would be nice to find a trader that has some armor. We kind of stick out. But then again, we're walking around with Duras, so we pretty much just look like berserkers anyway. Night guard, I see. Small bag of Lexit. Let's not go around stealing here. Stealing from the guardhouse. Oh, this came from here. It seems like an important building, but...
The impressive defensive towers were completed in the early phases of the castle's construction, and were to play a vital part in preventing the castle from being taken. The arrival of gunpowder, however, heralded an end to the age of castles, and what was a stronghold against an attack instead evolved into a stately home, luxurious and welcoming to its residents.
I see.
I'm sorry. Unless this is official business, you should move on.
Alois.
Yes. Is there something urgent? I have a lot to do, as you can imagine. This city does not run itself. So, please excuse me if I'm short with you. This city is made up of a whole mass of confusion. Everyone looking for a new start. No one able to forget their past. They need a leader to hold things together.
Your rules don't apply to me. You are in charge here?
You're in charge here?
Well, let's say that I'm the person holding all these threads together. There's no ruler here, we all work together. Everyone here wants something. Whatever you're searching for, it will only add to the list of demands we already face. And providing for the people we already have is a logistical challenge. That means to accommodate everyone we're on strict rations, and those rations have to be earned.
It seems I'm not the only one collecting waifs and strays and setting them on the right path.
You've been helping people. Then maybe you can understand what we have built.
You've done a good thing here.
Okay, so being able to take Duras in doesn't seem to be an afterthought, since he has dialogue with people around here. How long have you been in charge of the city? How are things here?
How are things here in the Dome City?
Tense. The battles out there are always reflected in here. Tensions run high if the outlaws attack the clerics, or the clerics attack the berserkers. And there's always the fear of an alb invasion. Those tensions drive greed, anger, and fear. There is war out there, and here your shards will be stolen from your hand if you aren't careful. It's like the world has gone crazy.
Why have things become so bad?
Why have things become so bad?
A whole host of reasons. Maybe it would help you if I tell you how things are. The berserkers have lived more and more reclusively ever since the pilgrim went into his retreat. The outlaws are more organized now the Duke has taken power, and the Alb separatists seek shelter with us to escape the powers in Zakor. All told, very dark signs that we'd face another global catastrophe. And here we are, in the middle.
Stuck here in the middle with you. How long have you been in charge? Listen, the council is gone. Why care what they said? Is there something I can help you with? Are you having a lot of trouble here in the city? Is there something I can help with?
Is there something I can help you with?
If you want to help, there is something that has to be taken care of quickly. You must have noticed that the mood is very heated here. One more issue, one wobble, and everything we've held together here will fall to pieces. One of my people has reported that the outlaws are expecting a weapons delivery. The last thing that this city needs is more weapons. And who knows who the outlaws will sell them to. I want you to intercept this delivery and bring it to me.
About the outlaws' weapons delivery.
You've been using informers to try to catch them. I know who is trying to smuggle weapons. Yeah, betray Paige. No, I don't want to betray Paige. You've been using informers to try and catch them? Yeah.
You've been using informers to try and catch them?
Of course. Information is key to keeping the peace. But there are always things you miss. And missing things leads to nasty surprises. And I'd rather be the one dealing those out than receiving them. Particularly when it comes to outlaws. Are you going to show me that you are the exception?
I am not going to betray her. That's enough now. What quest are we on? Shady dealings. Yeah, lots. Let's go see it. Meow.
Hey you, I heard you speaking to Eric. He gave you an energy regulator for the dome, right? Give it to me, will you? Very soon now, you're going to need the right sort of friend, and giving that to me will earn you that.
Okay, here. Why do you want it?
Why do you want the regulator?
Haven't you noticed the tension here? All the anger and the plotting? It scares the hell out of me. So I want a way out of here if things go wrong. A sort of backdoor. I want to modify the regulator so I can drop a section of the dome and get out if things go bad. Let me modify it. Then I'll give it back to you so you can get it to where it needs to be. You've got to see why I'd want a way out, yeah? So do we have a deal?
What's in it for me if I help you?
Profit is profit. I respect that attitude. What do you think about 100 shards?
Do we have 3 charisma? I think we only have 1. Nope. Or 2, maybe. 2 because of our sunglasses. That makes us too cool for school. I'm a bit torn what to do. I kind of don't want to. I don't want to.
I won't give you the regulator.
Then you've blown your chance. And don't come back to me and ask for help when no one will let you out of here.
Did you flee here from the desert? Let's trade.
Did you flee here from the desert?
Flee? No. But to live in Tavar, you need shards. And despite my talents, I wasn't one of the Duke's favorites, and that made making a profit hard.
Think it's better here? What are your talents? What are your talents?
What are your talents?
Mechanical and engineering genius. I can make anything you need from bootlaces and glue. As long as I don't get constant interruptions. And staying undisturbed is hard in the domed city. There's always someone trying to stick their nose in. And those berserkers are the worst for it. One of those assholes killed my friend for fun. Now that bastard is focused on me and nobody's helping me. Even though they know it'll be their turn next, and keeping their head down won't save them.
Who is this berserker that's giving you trouble?
Brabeck. A bull of a man and twice as ugly. Bone-breaking bastard.
About Brabeck. Where can I find Brabeck?
He's usually near the inn. Just follow your nose. If it smells like piss, you found him.
I don't know if we should leave Brabeck to me. No. Hang on.
That wasn't great, was it?
No. Let's trade.
Let's trade.
Okay.
What do you have? You have weapons? You have armor? Nope. Healing potions. Do we have stuff to sell? Mechanics cap, we could sell that. Could probably do away with the hunter pants. Yeah. Do we have any? Yeah. Yeah, MacGyver. Make something with that stuff. 78 mil scrap. I could make something with the right skill, or I could sell it. I'll try to make something with it someday. Orange tap. Yep, this can go, these can go, this can mugs. This can go. That's it. That'll ladder up. Yes. That's the forbidden energy bar. There you are.
Keep your hands off my machines. Any accidents are gonna be dangerous for me, you, and the whole city. The energy regulators are screwed. The surge gauge is failing and I can't see why. And now the shield profiler is returning a really strange set of values. Altogether, that makes for one dangerous set of problems that could fry both of us if the wrong bit of kit gets jolted. And I'm the one who has to fix all this. Ah, shit, I can't even sort out the replacement parts until I have this stabilized.
Eric sent me.
Eric sent me.
Thank Kalan. Do you have the energy regulator?
Yes. Here.
Perfect. That looks great. Thanks. Thanks for getting that. I'll install it immediately. You better get back to Eric. You can tell him I'm putting it in right now.
So now we're back at status quo. We helped out the outlaws one time, and now we helped out the clerics one time. Guess I don't know enough about the outlaws yet, but kinda don't like the clerics much. But then again, I don't really like the berserkers either, and we're kinda we're joining the berserkers because it's the kinda canonical thing to do. But I guess we don't have to like it. Yep, it's done.
Lutz has the energy regulator.
Good. The dome should be more stable now. I thank Kalan for sending you.
Alright. Yeah. I think that's enough for now. I'll call the episode here. Next time we'll explore more of the domed city. You have a name?
Another time, yeah?
You're just an outlaw. And you're a beggar. And you? Outlaw.
We'll talk later, yeah?
Outlaw. Okay. No named characters around. Forbidden ELEX. Yeah, I'll call here. So, yeah. Hope to see you next time, and goodbye for now.